Stephen Lamb, Reuters. The Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal has highlighted the lack of privacy protections in the US. Thanks to the lack of privacy protections, companies can generally collect whatever information they want on consumers and do with it as they wish, as long as they disclose what they're doing first. The scandal may have lots of different results, but one ought to be new, comprehensive privacy protections. The Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal may lead to a lot of things, from a congressional subpoena for Mark Zuckerberg to a widespread movement by Facebook users to delete their accounts. But here's hoping for one particular outcome, that it leads policymakers in Washington to finally make the protection of consumers' private data a priority. The US needs a comprehensive privacy law. And it needs regulators who will vigorously enforce not only that law but the privacy protections already on the books. Because whatever else we might discover about Cambridge Analytica's illegitimate harvesting of Facebook user data, this much is clear: when it comes to consumers' privacy, industry self-regulation has been a failure. The technology and related industries collect far too much personal data on the users of their services. They generally do a terrible job of getting actual informed consent from their users for the collection and use of that data. And they've shown over and over again that they can't be trusted to keep all that data safe and secure or limit who has access to it. The US desperately needs to update its consumer privacy laws, says Mark Rotenberg, president of the Electronic Privacy Information Center, a consumer advocacy group that pushes for privacy protections. Our current system truly isn't working at almost an egregious level. Facebook allowed Cambridge Analytica to glean data on millions of its users in the latest Facebook scandal. A university researcher persuaded 270,000 Facebook users to install a personality test app. Through the app, the researcher got access to the Facebook data of not only those users but of their friends as well, an estimated 50 million people in total. Despite asserting that the user data would be used only for academic purposes, the researcher violated Facebook's rules and passed it on to Cambridge Analytica, the data analysis firm that later worked with Donald Trump's presidential campaign. When Facebook found out that the firm had amassed data on all those users, Facebook asked Cambridge Analytica to delete the data. It also later changed its terms of service so that app developers couldn't gain access to the data of users' friends. Just because Facebook decided to be a good actor doesn't mean Twitter or Google or LinkedIn or the next startup that we haven't heard of yet is going to be a good actor. But Facebook has come under fire, deservedly, because it allowed Cambridge Analytica to gain access to the data of millions of users without those users' consent or even knowledge. Even after it became aware that the data firm had gotten access to users' information illegitimately, it apparently didn't alert those users. What's more, Facebook reportedly did little to ensure that Cambridge Analytica and its app developer actually deleted the data. How many other apps with access to Facebook user data might have also ignored Facebook's rules and secretly passed the information on to another party? And how effective are Facebook's systems for preventing this kind of thing from happening? The truth is, we simply don't know. And Facebook has not exactly been forthcoming or transparent in sharing details with the public so far. In changing its terms of service to restrict app developers from accessing the data of a user's friends, Facebook seems to have realized that it had crossed a line with regard to how it handles users' information, said Ellie Bohm, policy counsel at Public Knowledge, a consumer research group. But there's nothing to stop Facebook from changing its terms of service again to allow that kind of information gathering, she said. And even if Facebook wouldn't do that, there's nothing to stop other companies from allowing such data gathering. Just because Facebook decided to be a good actor doesn't mean Twitter or Google or LinkedIn or the next startup that we haven't heard of yet is going to be a good actor, Bohm said. This speaks to why Congress needs to step in to address privacy and data use. Privacy protections in the US are spotty. The reason that Facebook and other companies can allow such data access is that privacy protections in the US are spotty at best. You've probably heard of the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, which protects the privacy of health information. You may have heard of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, which guards the privacy of kids under 13.